a self journey of discovery and empowerment. We want to find out what we can do to help us overcome the weight that is weighing us down. That's why we came out to this topic today, which is think great, get rid of your burdens, right? Because every day we are being piled on by weight of doubt, fear, and negativity. And we need to get rid of this so we can help us ourselves think great again and overcome all this and have a great journey. So today we have a very special guest. I would like to invite and welcome Brian Johnson. Hello,
Grand,
Brian.
Grand Rising, sir. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Great, great. Happy to
Is
be
it
here.
early, is it early morning over there?
No, it's like 9 o'clock, 9:04
9 o'clock.
Central.
Okay. All right. That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
Could you introduce yourself to everyone so we know
yeah, of
what do
course.
you do?
Yeah, so my name is Brian Johnson. I will be 46 next month, and I've been in the health field since I was 7. So if you can see this, I've been 253 different times. If you can see that.
That's
Uh,
you?
yeah, yeah, I've done that 3 different times. So now I'll be at 46 next month. This is when I did a show when I was 30. I'll be in better shape in a few weeks than I was here every day. Now, here's the thing. I tell you this because a lot of times people have been conditioned into thinking that as we age and as we get older that we're going to break down and die. And I'm here to tell you that from my experience and personal and professional experience, we are designed to thrive. Okay. So my job today is to help you loosen up some of the things that might have a grip on you and give you some functional tools that work right now to really help you rewire who you're being. Okay. So I've been doing this since I was 7. So coming up on 39 years, which is how fast it's gone. You can check out our book called Think Great, Lose Weight. We'll talk more about this stuff today. But really, the idea today is me hopping on here, adding some value, sharing with you some things not to do, but also helping you have some tools and things that you can use on the spot to really change your state. Because here's the thing, we are very powerful, creative beings. And most people don't know that because we haven't been educated on what I call the 4 F's: food,
Four F's.
feelings, finances, and faith, or spirituality. Those things, at least in my experience, I was never educated on any of that. I had to go through the trenches of life, so to speak, hell on earth, trying to figure these things out. So really all I offer to you is, 39 years of experience and a couple 100,000 transformations at this point to help you have factual information that can work for you on the spot. And the beauty of it is it's going to work instantly or it's not going to work. I've never had it not work. Okay, so for those of you participating, catching the replay, whatever, I've left my text message number there so you can message me. We're going to go through this thing today. I think it's going to be the biggest help for you. Okay, I'll give you my chart for free, but if you can see these little circles on there, D, those little circles are the homes where certain emotions are going to show up at. Okay, and here's an example. Let's say that we're going through and cleaning up some old trauma with mom or dad or one person at a time, and we'll do it today so you have an example of how simple it is, really. Once we pull this person up, our body is going to tell us instantly if we have emotions connected, because sorrow and sadness is going to show up as a tension right here. Fear will show up right here. Grief shows up here. Fear shows up again in your stomach. Subconscious grief below your belly button, and anger on your back. What does that mean, Brian? How can I use that? Great question. What that means is your body is always talking to you. My job in my 39 years of doing this is I've always been looking for ways to eliminate suffering and trauma on the spot. I got beat up, I got bullied, I got punched in the face a lot when I was younger, decided that was enough of that. That's why I got into bodybuilding at age 7 with my dad, because I needed to figure out how to get myself to a state where I was okay to take care of myself and less of a target. Okay. So much of my life was around survival of trying to figure out how to get out of this place. And in my experience, it has allowed me to develop some understandings and really uncover some priceless tools that I see transform people's lives on the spot. To be perfectly blunt with you, because I don't know how to be frank, I see people who have been in therapy for 30 or 40 years paying for it go away in seconds with what I
Mm.
show you. And the value of it is we're going to do it today while we're live. It's so easy. You're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe that just worked. I'm like, I know. I never had it not work. Okay. So I always do a one-time free call with all my brothers and sisters. It doesn't take me but seconds to clean this stuff up. So if you need some help, I left my text message number. Just comment the word chart so you can get this and save it as your screensaver, because today, thinking you're burden free is exactly what we're going to do. But not only think it, we're going to find it and we're going to clean it up so we instantly have a state change. You're like, okay, my chest is lighter, or I do feel lighter, or I'm smiling. all instant feedback to confirm that what you did just worked. Make sense?
This
Where
is
should we
great.
go from there?
I
Yeah.
think most of the time it's about commitment as well, right? Because
Oh yeah.
we're set on doing things, and then 5 minutes later we just forget about it, and we
Yeah.
quit
I
doing
mean
it.
that nowadays, I mean that's really, even for me as a high performer and a high performer coach to high performers, accountability is a big deal. Like Gary Keller would say, that's the breakfast of champs. I believe that because nowadays with so many distractions and so many things going on, time going so fast it doesn't even exist, that all these things we're being bombarded with to
Mm,
keep people distracted. So you really have to be and get to be fully committed to your thriving life. And once I show you these things, my objective is very simple. Every 15 minutes, I have an alarm that goes off. It's just a sound. We won't hear it while we're on because I have it off. It might pop up on silent on mine, but here's the point. Every 15 minutes, I'm tracking exactly what my body is telling me. And here's your first exercise, okay? And you can leave your comment because we're tracking these along the way. Track right now where you're breathing from. If you're breathing from your chest, meaning your air is not going down to your stomach, that's number one, meaning that tells you right there you need to stop what you're doing and clean stuff up, because our bodies are naturally going to breathe through our stomach when we're at peace. When
mhm.
we're not at peace, we're going to be breathing from our chest. That is an instant identifier to confirm that you're out of alignment. Me too. Okay, so I could be driving down the road, sitting on the toilet, in a meeting on the phone, doesn't matter. Track where you're breathing from and just do it right now. If you're breathing from your chest, comment chest. If you're breathing from your stomach, comment stomach. Once you're breathing from here and your stomach's not going out, that instantly should tell you, hey, I've got fight or flight or freeze or fear that's active, meaning one of these spots or multiples of these spots is actually active. Does that make sense, bro?
Mm.
Very simple. What I'm going to show you is taking all my 39 years of all the stuff I've done and experienced, almost killing myself 12 times, shoot, going to jail for 8 months, doing crazy amounts of drugs, like all those things I am taking in the culmination of showing you how to transform that stuff on the spot. And I've never seen it not work. So let's go ahead and dive in. You good with that?
All right. I
All
just
right.
can't stand up though, so but it's all good.
Get it, bud, if you need to. So first thing is this. You just track where you're breathing from. If you're breathing from your chest, you can comment chest. If you're breathing from your stomach, comment stomach. I'll go back and catch the comments unless we can see them on here. But also, if you need some help, like if you're like, I don't want to talk about this, but I need some help, I'll do a one-time free call with you. Remember this. We don't ever have to get into he said this and this was none of that.
Hmm.
All we got to do is pull the person up, get you to feel your feelings. Whatever is active is going to show up in a split second, meaning you'll have tension here or on your back. That's your body talking to you in real time, confirming that whatever the place that's tight, that is the home or the location where that emotion resides or lives, which means when that area is tight, that tells you sorrow or sadness is home, or fear is home, or anger is home. And you don't have to guess about it, you just feel it. Okay, so let's go ahead and play along. So here's what you're going to do, right? First off, watch, because as I start helping you with this, some of you are going to get a no, meaning you're going to say this statement and your head's going to go boom really quick. It's perfect that you caught it, because if you did not, that means you would be moving forward totally out of alignment and have zero clues that you're out of alignment. That's a
Mm.
problem, myself included. I was so far off my rocker here, I thought that I loved myself. Not only was I not accurate, I was 180 degrees off the truth. Okay. All I'm doing is bringing in a set of skills to help you validate your truth. And when something is up, you're going to know because your body is telling you. All you got to do is use my chart. I'll give it to you for free. Save it as your screensaver. So throughout your day, when you're like, I'm not, here's the deal. If I'm not enthusiastic, I'm not having fun, and I'm not at peace, meaning I'm not breathing through my stomach, that tells me instantly I need to do some work, period. Because here's the deal. Life doesn't give us what we want. Life gives us who we are being. Law of
Mm.
attraction is very real, family. Whether you like it, dislike it, doesn't matter. It's legit. It's going on all the time, and we are creating by the second. So as I help you to clean these things up and clean your relationships and your lineage up, and all those attachments and patterns have been cleaned up and brought back to fold to you, now you have way more energy to create with, because now there's not a lot of stuff being suppressed, being shoved under the rug, all that stuff. Okay, so here we go. Let's jump in. So
All right,
first
let's
thing
go.
you're gonna say, go ahead. You got a question, D?
No, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. So here's the first thing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on myself And I'm going to let you hear it and see it. And you're going to just follow along and just say, my invitation to you is participate. Just give me 1% of your trust. You have my commitment. I'll earn the other 99. Okay. We got to start somewhere. So what you're going to say is you're going to say the phrases I'm telling you, and you're going to watch exactly what you are feeling. Okay. So here's what you're going to say. You're going to say, I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay. Now, as soon as I did that, my body took a deep breath and my head went down and my okay went down. That's what I call a double validation, meaning my body said yes, that's huge, and my okay went down versus okay, that's a question mark. So I'm going to give you the question mark statement and I'm going to give you the statement so you can hear them, because listen, communication, 7% is from words. 7%. 38% is tonality. 55% is body language, meaning other than spoken words, shoulder elevation, scratches, itches, all of that. What does that mean, Brian? 93% of our communication is other than words. Think about what I just told you. Even if you're a genius at the English language, that's not a good thing, because our language is terrible. We have been set up by some people who are very smart, who knew that our language would keep us stuck. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing in what we call conscious language, being aware of what we're saying and how it's impacting our body, and taking that information and making adjustments along the way and having our body validate what we just did. Okay, so here we go. If you got to know, just say, hey, I got to know, right? So I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay. That's a good one. Now, I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay, question mark. You get it, D?
Yep.
Make sense? So when
Mhm.
you're doing this by yourself, look, your inner ninja is going to try to out ninja you 100% of the time. That's why having some skills, or having someone like me work with you on this so you can catch it, because you've been doing this so long, it's just part of who you be, and people just don't know that. Let me give you an example. So if I was talking right now, I said, today was a great day. Most people would never pay attention to that. You, being a high level self mastery genius, here's what that three stutter means. When you track your little chart here, when you get it, you're going to see a 3 in your throat, you're going to see a 3 in your solar plexus, and you're going to see a 3 below your belly button. What does that mean, Brian? The only reason someone would ever stutter is because they're not feeling their feeling. Period. Okay. Now check this out. I was in yoga one day about a year ago.
Mhm.
My yoga teacher is Asian, and she was talking in Chinese before class to one of her friends, and she
Wow.
started stuttering. I walked outside and called my coach. I'm like, hey, is the stutter stuff cross linguistic? What's up, Kimmy? She's like, yeah, it is. What does that mean? That means that even though we all have different dialects or language, we still have operating systems that hold true across the planet with all our brothers and sisters. The stutter part and the scratching and itching is legit information. So once I show you this, watch what happens in your life, and watch and listen to what you hear in other people's life around you, because here's the point. There's only one of us here, which means if you're at a restaurant and you're chilling there and you're sitting there eating, and out of the corner of your eye you hear someone stutter, count them, three. That is you. That is a mirror of you. And you can use other people in your life to give you valuable feedback on who you're being.
Hmm.
If that 3 stutter goes off, pop, 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 that means I have sorrow or sadness or grief or all of them. And we're going to know instantly, because once we say, I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay, that's going to track instantly. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. When you hear me say, hey, do your little eye trick, this is what I mean. Okay. So check this out, D. Try this out. Look straight ahead with your face. Keep your face still. Eyeballs only. Look at your left shoulder. So I'm here with you with my face. Eyeballs right here. I took a deep breath as soon as I did it, but here's the point. That's going to put you into your body. So whenever you say something, boom, it's going to hit. You're going to feel it instantly. That's the point, because once I help you with these new codes, it's going to shift your state instantly
Hmm.
when you feel it. A lot of times people haven't felt their feelings for a long time, and they haven't felt secure. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a security container and giving you the tools to say, to bring yourself back into alignment. Does that make sense? All right, here we
Yep.
go. Eyes on left shoulder. So I give myself permission to feel my feelings, and it's okay.
And it's
My
okay.
body said, boom, boom. Confirmation, confirmation. Okay. What'd you get, D? Anything?
Yes. Well,
You good? Oh, good.
I was gonna say the whole part of my body, but no, I shouldn't say
Good,
that. But
right?
yeah,
But he said,
so yeah, yeah.
yes, that's important, okay? Because what's going to happen is as I'm showing you this, and as you use these throughout your day, they
Mhm.
work instantly, okay? My job is to be more enthusiastic before I go to sleep than I was when I rose up. That is inevitable when I'm doing what I'm showing you how to do. So
Mm.
every 15 minutes, my little sound goes off. Boom. I track where I'm breathing from. If I'm breathing from my chest, I will immediately do what I'm about to do with you. If I'm breathing from my stomach, meaning I'm at peace, I will feel even better instantly to magnify it. It's kind of like this. Think about a dress rehearsal, okay? What I do, neurologically speaking, is I put on my best self outfit hundreds of times a day so that every time I have something pop up, I immediately shift my state, feel amazing, and lock that feeling down and then go about my day. 15 minutes later, lock that feeling down and go about my day. So consistently, I am hardwiring my neurological state to maintain very high vibes of feeling amazing and being enthusiastic. And it's very easy because once I show you how to clean this up, it's a natural state for you to be. But the problem is we haven't had any tools to clean this up. All right.
Mhm.
So here we go. What's going to happen now, once we say I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay, that's the gateway. Now I'm going to show you two ways to go about using abra. Okay, this is my abra system, like abracadabra poof, to create with words. A is awareness, and we're going to work with Dom since I got it here at captive audience. I'll let our people in the audience participate. But here's what's going to happen. Okay, it's like, oh, there, who knows what we're getting ourselves into. So abra, A is awareness, B is breathe, two R's, release and recode. The last A is appreciate. It's a simple framework that I created to help myself remember it, but also so I can help my students and my clientele remember it easy, right? Abra, O, A, B, R, R, A. Got it. Okay, A is awareness. So once we say, I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay, that's a double validation. That means now we can feel. Okay.
Mhm.
So check this out, D. Track your throat. Oh, actually, before you do that, let me share this with you, family. Two ways to go about this. You could have no person in mind and know that you're out of alignment and use this. We can
Mm.
also pull up one person at a time and use this. Because once we pull that person up, your body's going to pull that file up and it's going to say, oh, hey, I got a spill right here. I got some stuff right here instantly. We don't have to guess about it. Okay. So there's two ways to do this. Number one, you could do it like realize you're out of alignment. You're in a bad mood, but you don't know why. You don't have to have anybody pulled up. You can immediately just, I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay. And family, listen to me. If you walk away with anything, trust me on this. Prove me wrong. Do it for yourself. I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay. Will create miracles in your life because it's going to allow your emotional body to relax. Many of you practicing this now, leave your comment. When you say that, do you notice your body like, okay,
Mm.
so here's your two. I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay. And I choose to make this fun and easy. If you walk away with just those two things, that will transform your life. And I'm going to give you a little story so you understand the value of I choose to make this fun and easy. Okay. So apathy, which means I can't, this is too hard. That's the spleen. Okay. When people start having lymphatic issues, swollen tonsils, swollen lymph nodes, Hodgkin's, those types of things, that is the belief system of I can't, this is too hard, that never got tracked and never got transmuted. Okay. Now I'm going to give you an example so you know this. The word becomes flesh. Okay. By our words we are justified and by our words we are condemned. Let the weak woman and weak man say I'm strong. These are totalities of laws I'm about to show you real quick. One morning I was at the gym at 5 a.m. and I did not want to be there, man. And I'm doing the elliptical whole time, just complaining. And while I'm complaining, my nose, both nostrils is just pouring. So I'm
Mm.
sitting here just pouring out of my mouth. I'm like, I've never had a nose run like this in my life. Okay. So finally I'm like, dude, what is the deal? Finally, I'm like, shut up. I shut my mind off and I'm like, what is going on? As soon as I had the idea to say, I give myself permission to make this fun and easy, my nose stopped like someone hit a switch. Then my posture completely straightened up and my attitude and my demeanor changed on the spot. What happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. I identified where I was off my mark through the symptomology. I made a new statement that is the positive side of that thing. In this case, apathy. I can't, this is too hard. I choose to make this fun and easy. That is the upgrade. I'm going to give you more of them too. Okay. That right there will transform your life, because out of all my millionaire and billionaire clients over the years, I ask them, look, what's the number one thing I've ever shared with you that allows you to change your state on the spot?
Hmm.
I choose to make this fun and easy. Game changer. If you just use that 20 times a day verbally, you watch and you let me know, send me a message and let me know what you notice. And again, if you need to do your little eye trick so that way you can put it into your body, do it. So if I'm here, I hear straight. A lot of times when I automatically do this, I will look down to my left because it's an NLP tool. It's going to put you in your body. You might even notice when you do that, your body takes a deep breath sometimes because boom, we're home. Okay. So I get and if you notice your body's kind of resistant, like if you say, I choose to make this fun and easy, and your body's like, no, or you don't have a state change, I give myself permission to make this fun and easy. That is a very important piece, because as a high performer, often our gatekeeper, our ego is like, no. So we have to manage our gatekeeper with our linguistics. So I give myself permission, allows me to bypass my gatekeeper and get into my hard drive. Make sense? All right, you ready? So now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a cool little trick. Pull up someone in your life that you've had some big time opportunities / issues with. And when you have him or
Oh,
her, let me know. And for those of you watching and commenting, when you have him or her, just say got him or got her so I can track it and I can coach you along the way. And let me know when you get someone, D.
has to be a good person, right, or a bad person?
No, and I pick somebody you've had some big issues with, like maybe somebody you'd like to clean some stuff up about. Maybe someone you've done a lot of work on. Let's see if this stuff is still
Okay.
present. Here's the thing. When people come to me from traditional therapy, they have done no work. I'm telling you about. They've
Mm.
talked about a lot of stuff. What does that mean? Well, that means that they have no idea that those emotions are still present, even though they've
Mm.
been talking about them for years. I don't want to talk about it. I don't even need to know the details. We just need to find the person, find the things connected to it, and then I'm going to show you how to clean it up in seconds. It's the
All right.
easiest, most fascinating stuff. You got them?
Yeah, I got it. I'm just not gonna say the name out, but yeah,
That's
I
okay.
got it.
It's just for you. One person, all right?
Yep.
Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. And for those of you watching, watch this. We're gonna help D out. So we're gonna go back through the thing. So we're going through ABRA. Okay, A is awareness. So every time I go back through this, it's the same thing every time. We're just gonna go down rabbit holes. Okay, so again, I give myself permission, this for you, to feel my feelings, and it's okay. Go ahead, use that one, D.
Give myself permission to, what was it again?
Feel
Give
my
myself
feelings,
permission
and
to
it's
feel
okay.
that it's okay. All right.
Yeah, now your head is saying yes the whole time. That's
All
good.
right.
Okay, now check this out. Depending upon your native dialect, if you have another dialect that you use before English, sometimes those work better if you're doing this by yourself. Like if I'm working with my Hispanic people or French people and English is not their first language, using their native tongue will work better. And we could test if your body was saying yes, that's the telltale. Because all I'm doing is watching this and listening to this and
Mm.
this tonality thing. Okay. So now that we got a yes, here's what we're going to track. Now what you're going to do is track. Do you have any tension that shows up in your throat?
No.
Okay. How about your chest?
Well, it's right about here.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
chest.
How about your solar plexus, which is like chest line is right here. My sternum is right here.
Yeah. So I
Right
think it's
there.
solar plexus right here. Yeah. Head is fitting right here.
Is it got, you do have some?
Yeah. By the
Okay,
solar
good.
plexus, right?
All right. So far we have chest, we have solar plexus. How about in your stomach?
No.
Nope. Below your belly button?
No.
Okay. How about on your back? Anywhere on your back?
No.
Okay. So here's what we know. We know when D pulled up, whoever he's talking about, I don't even need to know who he's talking about, which makes this a lot more incognito because it's not important information for me.
Mhm.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is we're tracking chest, we're tracking solar plexus. Okay. So these two, chest is fear. And again, I'll give you my chart for free. Solar plexus is grief. Listen to this, family. Anytime you're doing this by yourself, with someone else, doesn't matter. If you have grief active, which is going to be either tension in your solar plexus or below your belly button, if you have grief active, that's going to tell you that's the first one to do. Generally speaking, it's the kingpin or the OG, meaning that's the first one. We knock that one down, others will subside. Okay, so here we go. So we have awareness check. Okay, we're aware. Boom, boom, boom. Now we have the breathing part. Well, you know, if you're breathing from your chest, you're automatically out of alignment. As soon as we
Mm.
clean this up, it's going to shift. Okay. The first R is release. So here's what you're going to say, D. I give myself permission to feel my grief and it's okay.
I give myself permission to feel my grief, and it's okay.
Good. Now, sometimes too, might slow down a little bit, but it seemed like his body was tracking. So let's test it out. Here we go. Here goes the shift. This is how quick it is 2 seconds. So I give myself permission to love my grief into my joy.
I give myself I give myself permission
Love my grief
to love my grief and
into my joy.
into my joy.
Good. Your body's saying yes. Just do it one more time so we get a clean statement.
I give permission to my body to feel my grief into my joy.
Close. That's important. Now, look, this is what happens. Body's like, not so much. So it's going to leave
Mhm.
myself out. Okay. If you go back and listen to audio, you'll see. So here we go. So I give myself permission. Go ahead.
I give my I give myself permission
To
to
love my grief
love my grief
into my joy.
into my joy.
There you go. Now, that's important. So now what you're going to do is track your solar plexus right here. Let
Mm.
me know if it's any lighter.
Not really.
So was it the wrong one? Are you higher?
No, I'm pretty sure it's right here. It's definitely right here. Yeah.
Let's test this one out. So I give myself permission to feel my fear and it's okay.
I give myself permission to feel my fear, and it's okay.
Let's test that one. And I give myself permission to love my fear into my courage and my faith.
Oh, that's a lot.
I give
Uh,
myself permission
I give myself permission
to love my fear
to love my fear
into my courage
into my courage
and my faith.
and my faith.
Okay, good. Now track your chest and tell me if that one's any lighter. Did your state change at all?
I think that was a bit better. Yeah.
Okay, that's the point. So what happened is fear is the one that your body is tracking. And that's normal. I mean, sometimes like people, it's first time ever seeing this stuff. So sometimes they get these mixed up. But here's the thing. If you do one and it doesn't work, meaning you don't feel a state change, it wasn't the right language, it wasn't the right emotion, something. But I've never had it not work. We might have to address or adjust and make a couple of
Mm.
tweaks with tonalities, but I've never had it not work. Meaning, once you track this for yourself, you can legitimately work on yourself in seconds to clean up whatever you need to clean up in seconds. We don't have to get into what was involved, who said this, none of that
Mm.
stuff. Okay. That's how quick you can tweak it. All right. What questions you got on there, bud?
Nothing over my chat, but I did feel a bit better from after saying a couple of times. It's a kind of
Yep.
it makes me feel a little bit lighter in the sense that I'm
Indeed.
actually saying it out to release what I've been keeping in myself. So
100%. And when
it
you go
actually
back
helped
and
me a
track
lot.
this,
Yeah.
there was a two stutter popped up. You don't have a stutter problem. Here's the point. Two stutter, hey, that is apathy, or I can't, this is too hard. Of
Mhm.
which the upgrade is I choose to make this fun and easy, or I give myself permission to make this fun and easy. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
That right there is a game changer. If you just use, I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay, and I choose to make this fun and easy, or I give myself permission to make this fun and easy, those will absolutely stop your mood, redirect your energy, change your attitude, so that way your body doesn't go down that ditch. Make sense?
I feel like this is kind of like getting rid of the self doubts that I'm having inside the body, right? Like all the negativity that we have. So it kind of like trying to accept it that it's there and then releasing it. So that's kind of
100%.
what I'm getting from it. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me share this with you too, because this is a big one. So a lot of times we as humans are carrying a lot of stuff that's not ours, our moms, our dads, all kinds of stuff, but we don't know that. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little nuance that you can use. So when you're doing this with yourself, so I'm going to show you this. So let's say I'm working on myself and you're just listening. So I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay. And is this mine? Test that one out, D. So I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay. Go ahead.
Give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay.
Good breath. Okay. So your big upgrade right now is slowing down a little bit. So
Mhm.
every 2 to 3 words, they drop in. I'll give you an example. I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay. You got that one right. First, I'm just giving you a couple little tweaks because it does make a difference. Here's the point of me bringing this part up. Many times we're tracking stuff that's not ours. So before I actually go through and start working on my stuff, I will ask myself, Brian, is this yours? A lot of times it's not. And here's how you'll know, because your body will, like, it's like taking off a shirt. Your emotional state will come off because it's not yours. So just
Mm.
ask yourself, is this mine?
Is this mine?
Yeah, that's a good one. And you might be surprised, because here's the point. If it's not, your state will change instantly. Instantly. Okay. That way you know. And if it doesn't change, then you know it's your stuff. And then you just go through my system and use my chart track, like, okay, I got to
Mm.
hear, I got to hear, I got to hear. And then you just go through the linguistical phrases to tighten it up and clean it up. It's really, honestly, it's third grader stuff. That's how crazy it is. I have my clients, when they do my digital product, I literally will have them just write down the sayings on a note card and put them in their pocket. There's only about 6 of them. You're really only going to need about 3 of them, 4 of them, maybe. The ones that are consistent, like apathy, I choose to make this fun and easy, sorrow, sadness, or grief, fear, and then anger. Generally, those are the only ones you're going to need. If you're armed up with those, you can transform your life on the spot. And here's the crazy part. So I work with a lot of doctors, chiropractors, functional medicine doctors, and people like
Right.
that. And they use the things I'm sharing with them in their practice because it works so fast. Because remember, think great, lose weight.
Lose
Think
weight.
great,
Yep.
be amazing. The
And great.
point
Lose
is,
weight.
if you have the right tools and the right codes, you can change stuff on the spot. And you don't have to take my word for it. Just test it for yourself, and your body will tell you. That's the value of it. We don't have to guess about it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You got any pains anywhere, bud? Or
Pains
have any
right now?
issues? Yeah.
No, but
Okay.
well, from what we talked about earlier, so I'm still feeling stuff from here, so I'm trying to,
Where at?
access it, and right where the solar plexus, where you said earlier.
Let's
But
test
I
it
kind
out.
of understand that, grief is,
Mhm.
yeah. So it kind of had some grief for the past few months before, but
Okay. Let's.
and
You want to
yeah,
clean it up real
so
quick?
I kind of understand about it. So it's just kind of, I have to accept it and, move on. Well, we can't say move on, more like accepting that it has happened and, letting it go, and then at the same time, you know continue on with what I'm supposed to do. I can't just stop here, just keep
Correct.
grieving about it. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
the main thing we were doing is helping to identify it and then
Mm-hmm.
transmute the energy so you can go from grief into your joy. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the key, right? So let's see if I can help you clean it up real quick. So let's do this one. So we're going back to the same thing. We're already aware you have tension in your solar plexus.
Right.
That's what we're going to target. Okay, grief. So what we're going to do now is, you already got the breathe part. First R is release. So do your little eye trick this time and pretend like just you here, right? So I
Mhm.
give myself permission to feel my grief, and it's okay.
I give my person I give myself permission to feel my grief, and it's okay.
Good. Good job on slowing down. Your head said yes twice. Are you tracking your head motions?
I'm not even
Or
looking at my emotion. I was looking at my shoulder.
That's
But
okay.
yeah.
But for you, when
Okay.
you're
Okay.
doing this, just
Got it.
watch. When you
Yeah.
go back and watch a replay, watch, because your head is saying yes.
Yeah.
That way,
Okay.
as you're doing this with yourself, okay, I got a yes, I got a yes. I'm
Right.
ultimately teaching all of us how to be a
Mm-hmm.
participant and an observer at the same time. Okay. So here we go. So we got the first R, release. You might even notice your body may feel a little more relaxed just off of that. It
It
generally
is. Yeah.
does
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
once you nail it. Okay. So
Mhm.
now we're going to go to the code. So
Mhm.
I give myself permission
I give
to
myself
love
permission.
my grief. Yep.
I give my personal permission. Blah. The
Slow
words.
down.
I
Yeah.
give
Slow down.
myself permission to feel my grief.
So I give myself permission, start over,
I give myself permission to feel my
to
grief,
love my grief
to love my grief
into my joy.
into my joy.
Good. Now just test it one more time.
I give myself permission to love my grief into my joy.
Good. You're getting head yeses. Now just track your body. Does it feel any lighter at that point?
It does. I feel a bit better. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's how fast. Because remember, bro, all we're doing is we're
Yeah. Mm.
pulling out a brick every time, pulling out a brick out of your backpack. You should feel lighter every time. Now imagine, once we go through and clean up your mom, your dad, your former partners, your lineage, probably
Mm.
could do it in an hour. You're taking all those attachments and completely cleaning them off. And
Mm.
now all that energy comes back to your being, so you can use it to create or whatever you need to. Make
Mm.
sense?
Yeah, because I
All
think,
right.
like what you said, there's lots of burdens in our life. Sometimes it's not even ours. Like we think it's ours, and we collect it, and it builds up. And
That's
once
right,
we
brother.
realize it's not ours, we release it. It's definitely better. We just have to open up and say it, like you said, give myself
Yep.
permission to, love my grief. So yeah. It does help
Yeah.
out a lot. Yeah.
And it's very simple. I mean, all you really got to do is just watch the videos and write down the sayings. And literally, I mean,
Mm,
here's the thing. Blessedly, with the information I get to teach, is it's timeless. Like as long as we're talking, you're going to use it. As long as we're eating, you're going to use it. So the
mm,
information I have is what we call evergreen.
mm,
It's just information you're going to use for life, and that's really the value of it because it's not a fad. This is information you can use to empower yourself on the spot and have palpable, tangible state changes to confirm and validate what you're doing because your body is going to tell you.
mhm,
Every time you're itching or scratching, or you have a pain or an issue, or you have little spots in your fingernails, or you chip your
mm,
tooth, or you have veins in your eyes, all of it's code, family. All of it is code.
mm,
When I came across this stuff, I literally put everything else down that I was learning because of how profound it worked on the spot every time. Like I see things go away that ain't supposed to just go away according to most people, and I expect them because of how often I see happen. The biggest tweak I'll ask you to consider is this: emotionally speaking, in my
mm.
opinion, out of all my years of doing this, emotions is the name of the game. If you don't have tools for emotions, you could do the food and all that stuff. Not going to make that much of a difference until you get to the thinking part of it or rewiring all the identity stuff that's going on. That's the big one.
Definitely, definitely. Oh, so I don't know about you guys out there. Have you guys feel any change from what you just did just now? Because I did feel a little bit better. I feel
Yeah.
like yeah, what he said, what Brian said, actually, has a big impact. I just stumble with the words sometimes because it's kind of a lot of things to say, but eventually, I kind of got it
Well,
right, and then it does help out a lot. It really does. Yeah.
check this out, bro. So this is the reason why your body was like badee, badee, badee. Because
Right.
once
Right.
we actually go to meet that feeling, our body's
Mhm,
like, oh no, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that. So it's going to throw in little monkey wrenches. That's
mhm,
why for us, we get to be gentle with ourselves. We get to go slow so we can feel it and so that we can put the proper words in there. I'm going to give you an example so you can have a cadence. So when you're doing this by yourself, okay, because a lot of times people can talk too fast, and as they're talking too fast, those words aren't going to drop in
mhm,
and create a response in our body. Here is an example of a properly cadenced or tonality of a statement. So I give myself permission, breath, to feel my feelings, and it's okay. That way, every 2 to 3 words, I pause, I let my body respond, and then I use the other ones because those words are dropping in. Boom,
mhm,
boom, every time. And once you get this, brother, I mean, you already have your little experience, and we're kind of live too. If you were doing this by yourself, might be a little better because you're not having all these other things going on and stuff like that. But just know that I've never had it not work. I will throw myself into the worst situations with people and clean it up. Because once you get what's going on, you don't have to know the story, any of it. You just got to find the person, find the locations on your body because your body is always going to tell you the truth. That's why no matter how many times we have this conversation, I'm always going to direct you back to your body
mhm.
because you have it with you all the time. Once I show you how to communicate with it and read what it's saying, that's your higher self. That's your inner genius. It's been going on our entire experience, but we have not been educated about it, nor do most people even know it's even going on, which
Mhm.
is crazy, you know?
Well, this has been really great. I really appreciate you coming to the show and giving
Yeah,
this
man.
example to me and for my listeners out there. Um,
Yeah,
Most of my listeners are actually students, and I was thinking this kind of things actually is very helpful to release their
yeah,
stress,
for
especially
sure.
during their school tests or school home lots of homeworks and stuff. And so because
Yeah,
sometimes they don't know what to do, and I feel like what we did just now actually changes a lot in my own self, my own feelings and my own ideas as well, and my own feel. Yeah, so getting rid of certain griefs that I have is actually pretty very very helpful. And I think this is all kind of involved with us as well, as you mentioned, empowering ourselves. So it's kind of like empowering our mindset and maintaining our positivity and create and getting rid of self doubts. Because once we acknowledge that is going on with ourselves and we release the bad stuff inside of us, we actually
yep,
feel way much better. And I think for
yep,
my students out there who are watching this, practice what he just did and learn the words that we can use it. And again, he mentioned in a different language. Sure, you can use your Chinese language as well for my students out
yeah,
there, and this definitely helped a lot. It does. It did help me. So I would say it did wonders. But I'm definitely gonna use it again every time, because it does gets rid a little bit by little bit. And I need to
Yeah,
know that most of the burdens in life is not just mine. It could be someone else's, but we just accidentally
100%.
brought it back in.
So
So
remember,
yeah.
3 things, closing for you. Number one, I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay. And I give myself permission. And I just say use permission because that way you can bypass your ego
Exactly.
every
Yeah.
time. That way
Yeah.
you say it once and that's a
Mhm.
wrap. So I give myself permission to feel my feelings and it's okay. And make sure you feel it. So if you need to put your eyes on your left shoulder, and I really suggest you do that so you can feel the difference on it, right? So your eyes on your left shoulder, face here, eyeballs here. I give myself permission, breath to feel my feelings, and it's okay. And I give myself permission to make this fun and easy. Last one, is this mine? If it's
Mhm.
not, boom, you're going to feel a state change. You'll feel something jump off of you, and it's instant. That way you don't have to guess about it.
Well,
Awesome.
thank you for the great ending. Thank you guys for everyone. So this is the end of today's Just Chat. Thank you, Brian, for coming to the show.
Yeah, brother. Thank you.
We have love to have you here. So say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye.
Yeah. I left my text number so y'all can grab my chart if you choose to. Just text and comment the
Yep.
word chart. I'll see you when you get back there.
All right. Bye bye.